The future of regulatory compliance testing and certification programs. Regulatory compliance certification programs have, for the longest time, been a well-defined serial process. However, as a result of the development and integration of cloud-based applications, the regulatory compliance landscape is about to change. It is an understatement to say that today's global market for electronics and communication products is extremely competitive, with multiple suppliers vying for opportunities. Simultaneously, product life cycles are shortening in the face of accelerating innovation and earlier product replacements. For business to succeed in this environment, it is as important to release product quickly as it is to deliver technical excellence. The introduction of cloud-based applications. Compliance testing and certification programs are a well-defined age-old process that are followed by compliance personnel in order to place product on the market. Generally, this process revolves around a serial mindset where one process is completed before another starts. This can introduce time delays for manufacturers. With recent developments in integrated cloud-based test and certification applications, the introduction of a parallel processing technique can be realized. This technique has the ability to introduce earlier return on investment for manufacturers. The adoption of cloud-based parallel processing can achieve time savings of up to 65%. Serial compliance processing. A serial compliance testing and certification program will consist of several independent steps. Let's review in greater detail the serial process in order to identify problematic areas that introduce program delays. Historically, compliance personnel will follow this process, perhaps not realizing its inefficiencies. The first step will be the estimate generation. Production of an accurate estimate requires a manufacturer to provide precise information about the product and all its variants. Then we have the purchase order phase. Manufacturer will provide a purchase order, a PO, against the estimate. A PO must be checked against the estimate before proceeding. Next, we have the product questionnaire. The questionnaire is a comprehensive document detailing product specifications. This key document will be used throughout the program. Manufacturers will complete a PDF or Word file, then transmit back to the test lab. Using the questionnaire as input, a test plan can now be generated. Prior to any testing performed, a detailed test plan will be required. Test plan should include the testing of the model and all of its variants. Next, we come to the major part of the program, the test process. Generally, the test lab will perform manual testing, which should include the key model and all variants as identified by the test plan. The test process should also complete the handling of any failures found during testing. With testing completed, the test report generation phase can now kick in. Test labs will manually generate a draft report or reports that can take up to 2 or more weeks to produce. Depending on program complexity, several drafts may be required before finalizing. The test report generation process can significantly extend the compliance program. Next, we have the creation of the TCF, the technical construction file. With the reports finalized, manufacturers can provide the remainder of the TCF documentation for certification purposes. Inexperienced and at times semi-experienced compliance personnel have difficulty knowing not only what documents to provide, but also their content. Next, we come to the final part of the process, certification. At this stage of the process, manufacturers will generate and transmit the TCF for review. Transmission of these documents could be via email or FTP server. Either way, document visibility is lost. Where there are issues, manufacturers will be requested to correct the documentation. Further, when certificates are issued, manufacturers may spot issues and request changes to the certificate. Again, this introduces delays. There are several problematic areas in a serial testing and certification process. Manufacturers lack project visibility and cannot easily identify issues during the program. Problems are found much later when the draft report is available, obviously introducing delays. The time taken to complete each part of the compliance process, especially where manual testing and report generation is concerned, will be prolonged. Manufacturers expect results and they expect them immediately. Depending on complexity, test labs state that delivery of a draft test report will be 2 weeks. In many cases this can be longer. Further delays are introduced through manual testing, not to mention delays due to compilation and at times transposition of measurement results. The certification process can only start after finalized test reports are available. Delivery of additional documents making up the TCF are transmitted via email or FTP. How can the manufacturer tell if all documents have been received by the conformity assessment body? For startups and inexperienced compliance personnel, understanding document contents can be a problem. What happens during the certification process with no process status flags available? Further, what happens when errors are found in an issued certificate? Any one of these potential issues will extend the process. The future. Imagine a system that invites completion of an online product questionnaire, which automatically generates a test strategy and produces complete test reports. Such a system could provide full document visibility for manufacturers to upload their TCF documents, drag and drop, plus provide a graphical representation of documentation content and is able to produce an immediate draft certificate. Think of the time that could be saved in the compliance process. And the most amazing part? All this functionality is available the same day the manufacturer issues a PO. Just think of having a draft certificate available that same day. Now imagine an online system utilizing that same test strategy to produce fully automated testing with viewing of real-time measurement results, all in the cloud. System could also provide provisional measurement results in PDF to share with design teams. Next, imagine an online certification management system, one that provides visibility of all required documents to complete the certification process. Provides full document upload capability with graphical indication of document content. Plus, a system providing user status updates for each stage in the certification process and giving the users the ability to view and comment on final certificates before accepting. The future is here. Cloud-based applications enable parallel processing. As previously mentioned, the introduction of integrated cloud-based applications changes the regulatory compliance landscape. This change assists delivery of products in a more organized, timely manner with increased visibility every step of the way. The introduction of test and report automation drastically reduces time to market and one that provides real test repeatability. The certification module provides manufacturers full visibility of the required documents to complete the program. It also provides graphical images to help the user generate particular documents. This will help startups and manufacturers with limited compliance resources better understand country requirements. For FCC, users have control to set confidentiality switches for each required document, and during the process, users get status notifications every step of the way. The parallel process. From the parallel processing graphic, it's noticeable the difference between a serial and parallel process. Multiple tasks are now open to complete immediately a purchase order becomes available. Users will log into the system with their unique username and password. No time can be saved in the estimate generation phase. However, it should be mentioned that when the estimate is created, this is the start of the test report content. Product questionnaire. Complete online product questionnaire providing the requested information. Getting the information correct is crucial to the entire process, as it not only flows into generating test reports, but will drive testing through generation of a test strategy. A sample of the key required information is as follows: product description, frequency bands, operational modes, temperature specifications, antenna details, input voltage, etc. Ensure all antenna details are included, especially antenna gains, as this is crucial to a successful test and certification outcome for wireless devices. It's understandable that not all product information will be available immediately, and manufacturers can save and return to the questionnaire multiple times during the process. However, once the program commences, the questionnaire will be locked for further change. Automated testing and report generation. In parallel with the questionnaire, users can generate a provisional or draft test report. The objective at this early stage in the program is to highlight and remove any typographical mistakes or errors. Download and share with the compliance team if necessary and invite them online to review. This removes wasted time at the end of testing, where there is always a rush to move to the next stage, report generation. Edit and make changes to the provisional report. Getting the provisional report right at this stage is important. Clearly, no test data can be included at this stage, but preamble report data is where many of the manufacturer's comments will be focused. The system-generated test strategy is picked up by the test instrumentation and executed one line at a time. Measurement results are automatically uploaded to the cloud for viewing by the user. Certification. Adding to the list of parallel activities is the certification module. Upload TCF documents, complete certification application forms, FCC 731, Industry Canada, etc., to generate a draft certificate. Download and share the certificate with compliance team to review for typos and errors. Manufacturers can edit and make changes. Getting the certificate right at this stage saves time later. Upload TCF documents. Clearly, a finalized test report cannot be made available at this stage as no test data exists, but all other documents can be uploaded ready for the report. For FCC, you can set confidentiality switches for each document. Always remember, the CAB, Conformity Assessment Body, can modify the test certificate details during the final certification stage. All this visibility and control and the purchase order has only just been made available. Ongoing compliance monitoring. With certification now complete, the company can sit back and watch revenue generation during the entire product lifecycle. Right? No, it's just not possible. Tracking product compliance is a mandatory part of a manufacturer's obligation to meet ongoing regulatory compliance requirements throughout the product lifecycle. Depending on several factors, tracking ongoing compliance can be a full-time job if limited to a manual process. Several factors affect ongoing compliance: number of products, variants, countries certified, standards, component obsolescence. These need to be monitored and controlled. Once the product is certified, product details are automatically transferred to an integrated cloud-based application developed to address all the above compliance management criteria. The Intelligent Documentation Repository automatically monitors ongoing compliance status for both products and/or modules. The Documentation Repository meets the demands of quality management standards such as ISO 9001 and IEC 17025. Micron Labs Integrated Applications. Micron Labs have developed a series of modular integrated cloud-based applications. The following modules are necessary to implement the cloud-based functionality introduced in this webinar. MyTest, simplifying the complexities of global wireless RF test and reporting functions with live data monitoring. MyCMS, certification management system, provides an interactive workflow approach to regulatory certification programs. MyCert, intelligent documentation repository designed to manage global certifications. Track global product certifications and use documentation packages to communicate with third parties and much more. Click on the links provided to view the applications in more detail. Conclusion. We hope you enjoy this webinar and have taken something from the presentation. There are many benefits for manufacturers who adopt a parallel processing technique given the advances in integrated cloud-based applications. Some of the most compelling are up to 65% time saving, along with increased project visibility and user control. Why don't you control your own destiny? Thanks for listening, and if a further detailed demonstration is of interest, please get in touch. Look us up on www.micronlabs.com or contact us at +1 925 462 0304. Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you.